River Region Evening Edition is made possible through the membership support of viewers like you, with additional support from Country Insurance and Financial Services and WSIL TV3.
Now, on Saluki SportsView, we show you a pair of star freshmen in Shea Hari and Mike Kianichka. We pump you up for the world of bodybuilding at SIU, and Saluki running back Malcolm Agnew joins us to talk about spring football and some Salukis working hard to make an NFL roster. The SportsView is at the bat.
Broadcasting live from the campus of Southern Illinois University at Carbondale, Saluki SportsView starts right now.
Welcome to Saluki SportsView. I'm Cindy Kessler.
And I'm Danny Valle. We have a full plate for you tonight. On the menu, we have a pair of superstar freshmen, an on-set interview with Saluki running back Malcolm Agnew, and a live update from Saluki softball right here in Carbondale.
But first, we go to Student Sports Director Matt Ferguson, who takes an in-depth look at one of the best duos in Missouri Valley tennis.
Stronger. It's a good way to describe how the duo of Mike Kianichka and Johnny Rigby is playing right now. They are the top men's double team in the conference with a record of 13-4 with wins against nationally ranked Drake and Wichita State.
I really didn't expect to do this good. We were kind of struggling. In the beginning of the season, we lost like 2 of our first 3 matches. I was like, it might not be that good. But then we started to play like really well, and we ended up the first season by winning a championship of our conference.
Kianichka is no stranger to success. He was one of Slovakia's top players before coming over to the United States. So the question is, why did he even come here?
I told him we're not real close to Chicago, but I think he heard a lot of good things about our program and SIU, and I think that's why he came.
The men's tennis team has 6 foreign players on the roster who have packed up their lives to play tennis in Illinois. With this comes homesickness, and it's up to their teammates to act as a second family.
American kids have your friends from high school or someone, and also since there is like a language barrier there, easy to get some new friends. So your teammates are your best friends, and I think like we have like a really good chemistry in the team.
We're all international, so we've all been in the same situation as him, where you come and everything, it's a different culture, different routine and everything. So you just really gotta be there for your teammates when they need you.
Regardless of why he came, Coach Nelson hopes that the success they are having is just the beginning.
Freshman and sophomore to go their whole conference season, individual tournament and regular season undefeated. I mean, we'll take it for sure.
If we can carry on playing as we are for 3 more years, then 2 more years, then we're gonna do really well. So it's good.
It is a living a dream because none of us could expect playing this good.
Go Dogs! Kianichka and Rigby will have one last chance to show how strong they are in the MVC Championships this weekend. For Saluki SportsView, I'm Matt Ferguson.
The men's tennis team travels to Bloomington this weekend, taking on Wichita State on Saturday before competing in the NBC Team Championship at Illinois State on Sunday.
One of Saluki softball's freshmen is a star on the rise, while a senior gets ready for the final month of her SIU softball career. Saluki softball team is well known for recruiting its talent from around Southern Illinois. This year's squad boasts one of its most potent offenses in school history, featuring 2 future Saluki Hall of Famers and a rising star whose family has ties with the maroon and white.
The Hari name is known fairly well, especially even from Nashville. I mean, there's multiple Nashville athletes that have gone through the Saluki athletics.
At first glance, Shea Hari doesn't look like the freshman ball player that she is, but her numbers speak differently. The native of Nashville, Illinois, ranks in the top 10 in multiple offensive categories in the Missouri Valley Conference, including RBIs, on-base percentage, and doubles. Her 37 RBIs on the season is good for 17th best in the country among all freshmen. But even with the success, Shea stays humble through it all.
Just go out there and do it. Don't really try to do anything. Just kind of happens.
She isn't alone when it comes to being humble about her offense. Senior second baseman Jana Spivey has been in that role for 4 years, breaking the school's RBI record in February. But she's more invested in winning games and a conference title.
I was just excited because it tied the game at Missouri State, so it gave us a chance to win, and You know, at the end of the day, it's great to be a part of that top 10 list and, you know, to be amongst those names. But, you know, I just want W's in the column right now and to find a way to win a conference. So if I have to keep hitting in people, then that's what I'll, you know, strive to do.
But if you ask Jana personally, she'll tell you she expects nothing but the best for Shea 4 years down the road, including breaking her school RBI record.
She can play defense, she can pitch, she can hit, she can do everything. So ever since people have been asking me about the record, I say, yeah, I'll enjoy it for maybe 3 years till she breaks it. She's going to have a big impact on this team and this program.
Hari not only brings a hefty bat to the team, she also brings energy and a fun sense of humor, a trait that Coach Carrie Blaylock and her teammates enjoy. When you get to know her, that is.
She's funny, definitely, and she's got a good personality, but I will tell you, she's very, in front of the coaching staff, she's quiet, very consistent, very calm, just one of those kids that just goes out and does her business. You wish you had 18 of them.
Shea can be a little goofy. She tries to come off as a little shy, but once you get her going, she's a pretty funny girl.
One thing's for sure about number 25, she's living her dream one game at a time.
It's a pretty neat experience just being able to come out here and play Division I softball, and especially for the Salukis with the name that they have and trying to keep that name going.
For Saluki SportsView, I'm Danny Valle. The Saluki softball team is in action right now against UT Martin at Charlotte West Stadium. A live update is just ahead. After the break, we flex our muscles with the Mr. and Mrs. SIU bodybuilding competition. Reporter Alan Self has the story.
And the baseball team says goodbye to 13 of their seniors. Saluki SportsView returns in just 90 seconds.
The bodybuilding competition at SIU has been around for 24 years. Saluki SportsView reporter Alan Self gives us a look at what the bodybuilding world is like at SIU.
If you think it's unusual to see a female in the weight room, then you don't know this lady Saluki. Meet Natalie Carr, muscle figure Class A champion. There are two things on her mind that's keeping her motivated to work out. One is the Mrs. SIU bodybuilding competition, and two is her baby boy.
Well, I'm a mom, and my son is pretty big for his age, and I'm really tiny, so like I was going to have to be able to handle him one way or another. So I mean, my kid is 2 years old and he weighs 35 pounds. So like if I didn't lift weights, I wouldn't be able to like pick him up and like play with him and stuff.
Miss Carr says that her favorite workouts focus on her shoulders as well as her legs. She's always available to give out hints, and she even tried to help me out as I tried to work it out for the summer. Now the time has come and the muscles were all out at the competition. The fans were very live as the men went first, showing off their muscles that they worked hard for, and before you know it, the women came out and they put on their best performance as well. It was a stiff competition, but in the end, the judges put in their scores and Natalie received runner-up at the Mrs. SIU bodybuilding competition.
You need to be a little taller or a little bit leaner, but you know, it happens. We'll work harder for the next one.
At SIU's Student Center Ballroom, I'm Alan Self, River Region, Evening Edition News.
Carr says she's very content with the second place award and wants to go for the #1 spot again in next year's competition.
As the year comes to a close, the Saluki men's baseball team bids farewell to 13 of their seniors. With a team of only 35 players, losing a third of the players is a big deal. But that's exactly the big deal the Saluki men's baseball team has to deal with when 13 players leave after this season. 4-year Saluki Jake Welch is among the players leaving, but he's not punching out without leaving his mark. Welch is the first Saluki since 2007 to score 50 runs and the first since 1999 to steal 20 bases. The Malden, Missouri native has learned a lot since coming to SIU 4 years ago.
You know, I've just grown so much as a person, even more as a player. But, you know, the coaches have really helped me develop as a person and player since I got here on campus, and I've really appreciated their patience with me. over the years.
This next dog came all the way from Arizona to play. This year, Ryan Casillas holds the Saluki Triple Crown by leading the team in batting averages, home runs, and RBIs. As the season comes to a close, Casillas knows that there will be many things and people that he's going to miss.
The seniors, you know what I mean? Because I've gotten pretty close with a lot of the guys on the team. I'm close with everybody, but the seniors definitely. I'm going to miss those guys the most, and the coaches, and just playing college baseball in general. It's an awesome opportunity, and I'm definitely very grateful for it.
Senior infielder Ryan Rothenhauser knows next season's sophomores will be able to lead the team next year, even after so much has changed.
It's a difference when you have seniors that play and don't play, but I mean, the seniors that are here are pretty much, you know, big-time leaders on the team. So that's one thing, but I mean, the group of freshmen that came in, you know, I feel like they've understand, you know, the right and wrong to do, and I feel like, you know, that we're a part of that. So, I mean, hopefully they can stick with it.
Coach Henderson hopes this group of seniors passes the torch to the younger players.
I think, you know, one of the things that they are responsible for, and is, hopefully they do, and they've done a good job of, is to pass on, again, to the young kids what is expected, what the season is like, what college baseball is like. So hopefully they leave that behind with them.
As one group leaves the plate, another steps up to bat. Freshman Will Farmer knows that no matter where anyone goes, everyone will stay in touch.
I love this team no matter what. Like, we've got a great bunch of guys here, a lot of friends that I'm going to keep for a long time, even the seniors and freshmen. No matter what happens, I'm going to keep in touch with a lot of these seniors and juniors that might be gone next year.
For Saluki SportsView, I'm Cindy Kessler. The Saluki men's baseball team will be traveling to Illinois State for a 3-game series this weekend. And Spivey and Harvey are facing Tennessee Martin as we speak. We give you a live update in our next segment.
And Malcolm Agnew is live in studio. We sit down and talk a little football with SIU's leading rusher. Next on Saluki SportsView.
The women's golf team has announced its first signings of the season. Alice Ho of Wadsworth High School, Ohio, and Hannah Netasinga of West Chicago Community High School will be joining SIU next year. Ho comes to SIU already highly awarded, winning the Wadsworth Player of the Year in 2013, and is a 4-time first-time All-Suburban League golfer. Netasinga is a 2012 DuPage Valley Conference Player of the Year and has made 3 all-conference teams.
We have a live update from the softball game at Charlotte West Stadium. The game is currently in the bottom of the 4th inning, with the Salukis leading the Skyhawks 9-0. Kelsey Gonzalez hit a 3-run homer in the first inning, while Marianne Patterson hit an RBI double late in the first. The softball team returns to action this weekend when they travel to Kansas to take on Wichita State for a 3-game series.
The men's track and field team travels to Jonesburg this weekend for the Red Wolf Invitational at Arkansas State. The track and field team is going for its 3rd tournament title of the season. Traveling with the team are Saluki stars Kyle Landon and Josh Freeman. Freeman has won 6 events in shot put this season, while Landon has won 9 events in high jump during his first year as a Saluki. But it's not just hard conditioning and training that helps these guys win.
Pretty much just going out every day and taking each practice as serious as possible. I mean, having fun at it, because you should also have fun at your sport, but working hard and making sure you're getting in the right training and stuff.
The track and field team returns to action next weekend when they travel to Normal for the Illinois State Invitational. And that leads us to the top Salukis of the month. Swinging into number 3 is senior first baseman Ryan Casillas. The Arizona State native is batting a 4.15 on the month with 11 RBIs and 3 home runs. Overall, he ranks 6th in the conference in hits, 5th in RBIs, and is tied for the most doubles with 16.
Sticking to the diamond at number 2 is second baseman Jana Spivey. The school's all-time RBI leader added to her total this month, driving in 9 runs on 17 hits while batting a cool .395. Spivey was also named Athlete of the Week after hitting a walk-off 2-run shot against Illinois State on April 6th.
Topping the list for the second month in a row is none other than thrower Josh Freeman. 2 days after last month's SportsView, Freeman broke the school and conference record in the outdoor shot put at the Bill Cornell Classic. 1 week later, Freeman did it again, this time at Eastern Illinois. In 2 years at Southern Illinois, Freeman holds 3 records between the school and the conference. He wasn't done because he also claimed a victory in the shot at 87th Annual Kansas Relays.
The NFL Draft is just 2 months away. Saluki running back Malcolm Agnew joins us live on the set to talk about his teammates' chances of making a big league roster. And we get a sneak peek at next year's SIU squad. Don't touch the clicker. That's coming up right next. Welcome back to Saluki SportsView. I'm Danny Valle. Joining us live here in the studio is Saluki running back Malcolm Agnew. Malcolm, thank you for joining us here in the studio.
Thank you for having me.
And I was going to say thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule, but the football practice spring season's over.
It is. You know, the hard stuff's done. You know, we had our grind this spring, and it's good to be done with it, and we progressed like we wanted to, so we're all happy.
Talk about the spring campaign. Just what were some positives that you saw out of the team?
Some positives, we all competed. The offense and defense competed constantly the entire time, which made us better because of it. There was also a big quarterback competition. They all competed well and competed hard. And I feel like we grew as a team and started to form our identity as a team, which is a tough football team.
And talk about the new Saluki offense with Bill O'Boyle. How's he running it, with the offensive line and stuff?
You know, it's a balanced attack, our new offense. We're going to do a lot of running and a lot of passing, but we're going to be more based with the run. I think what Coach O'Boyle wants for our offense is our identity just to be a tough-nosed football team that doesn't take crap from anybody. He wants us to have a little prick in us, as he likes to say.
And, another hard-nosed guy that we love talking about is your coach, Dale Lennon. He's actually taking double duty next year as the head coach and as the defensive coordinator. Talk about that. How's he enjoying that?
Oh, he's loving it. I think he's always wanted to call the defense, but when he was the head coach at first and Coach Schweigert, who was our former defensive coordinator, was calling it, he had to sit back. And now that he's, in the front seat with it, he's really enjoying it. You really see more of a smile on his face, and he loves when the defense makes plays against the offense. It just brings up the mood of practice when you see your head coach smiling and having a great time.
Now let's go back to the spring game on Friday. It was the official end of the spring season. You took a back seat a little bit to Cameron Walker. Only had a couple attempts. He had almost 5,000 yards in high school when he got recruited. He had 17 rushes, 86 yards, and a touchdown. Talk about the impact he brings on this team as a freshman.
Hey, he's going to be a good player. He's worked really hard. He's a guy we can, rely on to carry the football when he's needed to carry the ball. He's really improved as a pass protector too, protecting the quarterback. And I really like the growth he's made. Like you said, he's only going to be a redshirt freshman next year. Looking for big things for him in the future with the Salukis.
And in that spring game, Ionati, the quarterback, also had a good game. Talk about his progression and how he settled in at Southern after transferring last year.
Mark's the man. Mark is a guy that threw the ball constantly with us all winter. He never took a day off when it came to doing extra workouts or throwing the ball around with us or being a leader. And that says a lot about him. He came in and is already acting as a leader on this football team, which means a lot. So, that helps him well when competing for that quarterback spot.
And how about Ryan? He took over for Faulkner the second half of the season after he got injured. And he did fairly well, but fell short of the playoffs. Talk about how he's progressed in his second year competing for the starting position.
He's progressed well as well. I feel like he's a guy that has a lot of talent. He has a strong arm. He has a big frame. He has all the tools. He's still trying to put it all together. And I feel like, if he continues to work hard and really compete, he'll be, a guy that we can definitely rely on to play quarterback.
Your brother Ray Agnew is a NFL prospect for a fullback. Talk about his chances of getting in the NFL.
He's got a great chance. He's heard from a couple of teams that are pretty interested in him. He has a workout tomorrow with the Rams, actually, a local workout where they bring in a bunch of local guys to work out because they're interested in him. So hopefully that goes well for him. But he has a big chance.
And one last thing, who are some players that we have to watch out for next year and next season? Kind of a sneak peek.
Carl Bivens, he's one of our middle linebackers. He'll really do a great job for us. He's a hard hitter. I don't know if you remember, it was Indiana State. He gave their starting quarterback a concussion. And they thought it was a illegal play because he hit him so hard and, knocked him out of the game. That's one person you have to watch out for. Also, Stephen McKinney. I feel like he's been around for a while, but he hasn't really burst onto the scene like he's wanted to. I feel like he'll have a great year, him and Tay Willis.
Well, we're almost out of time here. Thank you for joining us here tonight on SportsView. We'll be right back with more in the next block.
at what the rest of the Salukis are doing over the next few days. Tomorrow, the women's tennis team travels to Normal, Illinois for a final matchup with Bradley before the MVC Championships. The baseball team will also be in Normal as they start a 3-game series against Illinois State. And the track team starts the A-State Red Wolves Open in Arkansas. Saturday features a softball in a doubleheader against Wichita State. Men's tennis has a final match against Wichita State as well before their conference team championships. Sunday will conclude both tennis teams' conference tournaments and softball matchups with the Shockers.
Also going on this weekend, Kids Night Out, an event hosted by the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. The event gives kids ages 5 through 12 the chance to hang out with their favorite Saluki athletes. Kids Night Out will be held on Saturday at the SIU Arena from 5:30 to 8:30. Athletes will host the youngsters to a viewing of Finding Nemo on the Jumbotron. Registration ends tomorrow and it is $10 a child, with all proceeds going to the Illinois Special Olympics. Committee Vice President Juan Carlos Avila says it's a win for athletes, kids, and the parents.
In the past, it's been more complex, but we just wanted to simplify things. And the main purpose is kind of have like a date night for parents in a sense that they can drop off their kids and know that they're with student athletes. And we'll have a great time watching a movie and whatnot. And we think all this is going towards a great cause, the Special Olympics.
For more information, search Kids Night Out at the Saluki Athletics website at siusalukis.com.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Follow us on Facebook at River Region News. I'm Cindy Kessler.
And I'm Danny Valle. For all of us here at Saluki SportsView on Evening Edition, have a good night.